Okay, all right. So again, the shield there for the interstates, you have the highway symbols, you have the interstate interchanges, that's where you get off on the on-ramp, you have railroads, you have airports, state parks. Cities that have a population over 10,000 are marked in yellow. You can't see that, it's that blob around that city, Harding. And then a town, just a smaller town is just a little white circle. That's any town that's under 10,000. All right, I think we got enough maps here for everybody. Everyone's got one except for the last two. Okay, so again, I just picked a portion of a map and just blew it up really, really big, so it's very clear so you can see it. And then tomorrow we'll look at the really tiny maps again.
Where's this at, Iowa or where?
This is just a different town, different state completely. I just picked one off the line. Okay, so, all right. I made it really big though. I zoomed in super far. All right, so these are your little symbols so you can kind of know when you look at a picture. All right, so should be the picture you're looking at. These are the colors. If it was printed in color, yes. I mean, you can print out. You can draw them all you want. You can definitely see the road markers, like the distances between towns. So to go from Dover down to Parkton, that's the 7 miles. They have it marked in the 7. It's usually in red. They have the highway markers. They have the interstate 46, Dover straight down to Parkton, straight down, straight south. This is the thing I was kind of warning you yesterday. If you had a compass, an actual physical compass on you, you could always figure out how to orient the map, because on your compass, look for where north is and then just line up your map, and that'll help you identify where you're looking, which direction you should be looking, all that good stuff.
Well,
that way everything around
you.
Yeah, and it just kind of tells you which way you need to orient yourself. So you're like, okay, since I'm facing north, right? Facing north, I can figure out, this building or this town is this direction from me, and I can go follow that. And I can change the compass and dial it in. Those are like little things that you do. You just kind of orient yourself, especially when you're kind of lost. You're out in the, you're between gravel, when you're between towns that are on gravel roads. It's just nice to have a compass. Most cars have a digital compass somewhere on the gauges. So you can always tell, okay, I'm facing north or northwest, and if you have like an actual map, you can kind of orient yourself. You know that you're between these two towns, so now you're going to look for a major road marker or crossed road, so you can see kind of where you're at. But it's like one of those things, like once you figure out how to orient a map, it's super simple. But now, we have a couple questions here. These are going to be like what you're going to be doing today in your homework. Very, very similar. They're going to ask you a series of questions. These are not your questions, by the way. These are different. They're going to ask you a series of things. Like, for instance, how many interstate highways are on your map right now? Interstates. 2. What are they?
46 and 53.
Yeah, they're the big solid markers, right? They have the shield. Okay. Which route number would you take that leads north and south? Which interstate?
53.
Yeah, because you have to look at that little legend, right? The little legend in the corner tells you north is going straight up the top of your paper, so you are taking 53 to go south to north. The route number that goes east and west, the interstate, well, that's your 46, right? Okay, how many airports are located? Where is it?
One.
There's one airport. Where is it?
Boston, Benson.
Yeah, Benson. It's off to, it's in the southeast corner, or southwest corner. No, southeast corner of Benson. Let's see, how many state parks are on the map? 2, and which one's near Benson?
Both of them.
Both. Well, yeah, they're both near. One's north, one's south of it. Which road would you take to go from Benson to Harding? Which road would you take to go?
151.
151. Now, this is where it could be different. It takes you about 10 miles to get from Benson to Harding. The 7 and 3, it makes it 10 miles. If you had to go 25 miles an hour, maybe it actually might be smarter going up to the interstate and down. Like, that's something that Google puts in consideration. Like when you type into Google Maps or to Apple Maps, it'll actually put in consideration what the average speed is, and if there's any traffic jams. It might actually take you in a weird roundabout, because it might actually be faster, which is kind of a weird concept when you think, man, I'm going really far away from this town. If you think you're going the wrong direction, you probably should check. Maybe you typed in the wrong city or the wrong state. Sometimes it happens. There's 2 Venturas. There's Ventura, California. It'll take you west.
There's Ventura, Texas.
Yeah, there's Clear Lakes in different states.
There's Garner, Idaho.
Yeah, it will take you different towns. You should always check what state you're typing in. Be careful of that. Know your zip codes if you need to Google a zip code. Here's what I always warn you of. If you're going on a vacation, always, whatever state you go into, get a map. First thing, stop at the truck stop, get a map. No matter what. The reason why, technology will fail at some point. You will get to a point, you can experience it around here. If you start going directly south and you get to about Belmont, cell phone connections start to die.
It's Goodell.
Yeah.
Goodell has really,
Bad. It's just bad. It's right between cell towers. If you were relying on GPS or relying on directions on a phone, you just lost connection. And now it's not updating anymore. Now, we're lucky that some of our newer cell phones have GPS using satellite. You don't even need to use the towers anymore. But it's one of those things like that's scary. If you're in a place where your phone either dies or you lose connection and now it's not updating anymore, now you have to rely on an old school map like you're looking at to go, okay, I'm gonna trust that I'm on the right road and I know what exit I need to take. And I'm gonna be paying attention to that, okay? Hi,
Do you have math jump? Like,
say again?
right there.
You can take off the mask.
okay. So me and Crystal are making the sculptures for our junk,
Yeah.
but we don't have any junk. So we're going around the school finding junk. And so what if we make a math sculpture and then give it to you? Because we're your favorite students that you've only had like once.
How much stuff do you need? I don't have a lot of junk. I kind of purged a lot of it.
Anything you want to throw away.
Oh,
Oh gosh.
how about a broken ruler?
Heck yeah.
Okay, it's kind of broken. You can even tear it apart. You can do whatever you want. Make it great.
Well, we have a drinking fountain piece, so like,
Yeah.
anything works.
All right. Let's see what else I got.
What?
You want some of these?
What is? Sure.
There you go. Here, you want an old crappy geometrical compass?
It's a
What
leg.
in the world,
Old
Mr.
school.
Orr?
That's
It's a
really old.
leg.
Ha!
That's definitely older
It's
than
like a
old
stick man.
and me.
No,
Okay.
don't know.
All right.
Do you have a glass
I look forward
cleaner?
to this. All right.
Ooh.
Okay. Good luck.
Okay.
Okay. You're not taking the compass?
No,
Oh,
I was
okay.
putting it down.
What's going on?
I need glasses cleaner.
Thank you.
I'm not even joking. You see that little white tub there that has the stuff you wipe off the top of your desk? That stuff is super good on glass. It's no joke. It's my favorite thing. in the world.
is like
It is. I use that on my computer screen. It's unreal how well that thing cleans glass. And it doesn't have alcohol, so it doesn't burn. It doesn't burn your screen and take off the filaments on it.
I'm the only one
I
here
was
that
gonna
doesn't
say
have glasses.
Yeah. So,
Hey, we can dump something in your eyes and make you go big glass.
yeah. When you see how well that stuff works, and then just use like a Kleenex to like dry it. Oh my God, it's unreal how well that stuff works.
I kind of want to get LASIK.
Yeah, I know. I was tempted to. But the problem is I have a issue with that.
They got us off track, or you need to go give it a chance.
All right. Hey, let's get back to focus. I know you guys are all excited about cleaning up glasses. All right. How many miles is it from Benson to Harding again?
10.
10. How many miles is it from Interstate 46 to Bushy State Park?
Interstate 46.
Interstate 46 down to Bushy State Park. How many miles?
11.
11. 4 and 7. How many trains does the train stop in Benson?
No.
No, it's south of Benson by quite a ways. It's almost, I would say, about 6 miles probably.
Yeah.
What city has a population over 10,000? Harding. What direction do you need to travel to go from Parkton to Dover? Parkton to Dover?
East. No. North.
You're going,
Northeast-ish.
yeah, northeast-ish. You're going north and
Actually, it'd be
northwest. Northwest-ish. You're going 7 miles to get there. Is Dover closer to Parkton or Benson?
Closer to the park.
Parkton by what, 2 miles? About 7 miles away versus 9. Those are like the little things that we're getting used to. Okay, now, this is something we're going to be looking at today for your homework. I'm going to give you a different map. Your book has a different map completely. It's a little bit smaller than this. Sorry, I really blew this thing up, so it's huge. It's a little bit smaller. It'll ask you a series of questions just like I did. I want all of them written on paper, be very specific. So if it says, don't just put yes and no's, like maybe you wanna put what highway, how many miles something is, if it asks you very specific questions between cities. You know, be careful in the north, south, east, west, you need to look at the compass in the corner, you may not be facing north. It may be like turned sideways, you gotta figure out the direction you're heading. So be careful of that. Do you guys feel comfortable with any of the questions they could potentially ask?
Yeah.
Okay, homework is actually written on the board. This is due on Thursday.
Okay,
Yes, if you need to go get your textbook, I would go grab it. I would suggest wear a mask. The administration's getting a little picky about wearing masks.
who is?
The administration's getting a little picky right now. We're starting to see a spike in cases right now, so we need to start
In the
wearing masks.
school?
Because it's
This
getting
county right now is going up, it's exploding.
Everybody's gonna get it no matter what.
Yeah.
So
It's-